Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 4 college basketball games for Saturday, March 15th, 2025. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my Bank Shop best bet, that's my top play in college hoops each day, you can find those at the premium picks tab of pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Saturday in college hoops. First up, we have Princeton and Yale in the semifinal round of the Ivy League tournament. This one is 11 a.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPNU. Now, we see Yale as a pretty sizable favorite in this game, and that makes sense with the 13-1 conference record, the number 1 seed in this conference tournament by far. But I do think this is a case of too many points. You know, Princeton's still an experienced roster, returned a lot of production from last year's team. They're very well coached. And while, the regular season for the Tigers wasn't the best, I mean, it was pretty disappointing in conference play, particularly. Still, this was a team that still pulled off some nice wins in non-conference play over teams like Rutgers and Akron, who could very well be the MAC champion. Road victory at Merrimack, a neutral site win over Duquesne. So I think the talent's there. Also, the true road at St. Joseph's. I think the talent's there for Princeton. And, they took some ugly losses in conference play, like one of them to Yale. But this is still a good three-point shooting team. It takes care of the ball. They're an excellent defensive rebounding team, so they should be able to hold Yale to 1 shot per trip almost every possession. Shot quality-wise, their defense was actually solid. I think it's an underrated defense. They were able to force tough shots. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think we go under the number. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to take the points here with Princeton in this one. Next up, we'll go to the Big Ten tournament as Wisconsin takes on Michigan State. This one, 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Now, I think a lot of people will be on Michigan State because they're on a nice win streak. They've looked like one of the best teams in the country and in the conference, certainly. And they had a sizable victory over Oregon. We took Oregon in that game, lost that one, but we also took Wisconsin over UCLA. We were able to win that game and, 16-point victory there for the Badgers. This should be a great game. It's going to be probably a close game. Like I mentioned on Friday, it's not easy to go in against Tom Izzo in March, but I really like this Wisconsin team. They were my pick to win the tournament before the tournament. I'm going to stick to it. I think Wisconsin, shot quality-wise, is the superior team in this one on both sides of the court. Michigan State certainly has an advantage on the glass. They're a great offensive and defensive rebounding team, but I think Wisconsin can hold its own there. They take care of the basketball. They're the number 1 free throw shooting team in the country. They have an advantage at the perimeter, top 100 three-point shooting team compared to Michigan State, ranked outside the top 320. In a close game, I think Wisconsin takes it. They're playing with revenge. These teams just met on March 2nd. It was a close game early on. Michigan State was able to pull away at home, but now at the neutral site, I think Wisconsin gets its revenge. Give me the Badgers in this one on the money line. Next up, we'll go to the semifinals of the SEC tournament between Tennessee and Auburn, 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Now, this is a matchup between 2 top 10 teams, and while both teams, of course, got the win on Friday, I didn't think it was their best performance. Tennessee was able to cover. Auburn failed to cover as a sizable favorite. For Tennessee, the reason why I said it wasn't their best performance, their offense looked excellent. I mean, scoring 83 points, about 65% from 2-point range. But the defense, we don't usually see the Vols give up more than 70, even in conference games. So, now when you're playing Auburn, that does concern me a little bit with that defense. Shot quality-wise, this is not Tennessee's best defense that we've seen. I mean, this is a program known for being, an elite defensive team. This year, while the adjusted efficiency numbers are strong, the shot quality numbers not as strong as we're used to seeing. Their rebounding numbers aren't the best. So I could see Auburn scoring plenty of points in this ballgame. Definitely a lot better than what we saw on Friday, only scoring 62 points. It was a really rough showing for the Auburn offense. They were lackluster at the free throw line. The turnovers piled up. Auburn really didn't have too many scares in that game. A little bit early on, they were down, but for most of the second half, while it was a close game, Auburn was pretty much comfortably in the lead. They were able to hold on for the victory. And I think Bruce Pearl expect a lot better performance in this one. Like I said, on the offensive side, just an ugly showing, sub 30% from 3. I think Auburn bounces back, and I think that they take this game. I think it's going to be a good one, but I just trust Auburn more. From a shot quality perspective, this team has been superior all season. I like the chances to pick up the W. Give me Auburn in this one. Next up, we have the Conference USA Championship between Jacksonville State and Liberty. This one is 8:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. One of these teams will represent the Conference USA in the big dance. I think it'll be Liberty, and I think they will cover the number along the way. I give credit to Jacksonville State for the 2 wins in the tournament thus far, but I do think they were kind of given the much easier path compared to Liberty. Part of that was because FIU was able to upset Western Kentucky in the first round, so the Gamecocks had to play FIU instead of WKU. That was pretty beneficial. And then even the next game against Middle Tennessee, I've not been big on Middle Tennessee this year, so Jacksonville State was able to pick up the 2-point victory. But I think Liberty's wins over UTEP and Kennesaw much more impressive, and I just think Liberty is the much more impressive team as well. From a shot quality perspective, this team is not the strongest offensively because they do take a lot of tough threes at times, but they make them at a good rate. I mean, this is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country, 6th best in the nation. They score 41% of all their points from three-point range. That's a problem for Jacksonville State. They give up a lot of points from the perimeter, and while their 2-point defense has been elite, that 3-point defense has been an issue at times. The question is, can the Gamecocks keep up offensively for 40 minutes? I just don't think so. They're not a great shooting team. They don't take great shots, and they're also a pretty slow-paced team. Both teams look to slow the game down, but I think Liberty's going to win more of the possessions in this one. These teams split the season series in the regular season. Liberty's last win was on February 27th in a low-scoring game, but they only shot 29% from three in that one. They were still able to pick up the W. I think we see much better numbers in this one and a much more comfortable win for the Flames as they return to the NCAA tournament. And that's it. Those are the games for Saturday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and put those college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.